Our final speaker today is Caroline Bisson. In 2009, doctors amputated Caroline's left arm, shoulder, and part of her rib cage to stop the spread of a rare form of bone cancer. 5 years later, she competed in a biathlon and cross-country skiing events at the Paralympic Games in Sochi. Caroline is with us today to talk about her medical experience. Welcome, Caroline.
Bonjour tout le monde. Merci beaucoup d'être ici aujourd'hui. I'd like to thank the doctors for the very informative session. I know as a patient, I liked the whole way through my journey, I liked to know what was being done to me. I wanted to understand what was happening to me. So I think that most of us could have learned something from this because, as Dr. Chamoun said, we're not immune to the possibility of having to deal with heart problems or heart failure. I know it runs in my family, so I was quite interested in what was being told to me, and I will keep a lot of key messages in my mind as I move through. I'm here today to share parts of my story, mostly to show you the importance of getting local care, the importance of getting the right diagnosis at the right time, and also to show you the importance of equipment in this whole process. So I was diagnosed with a malignant bone tumor, which took root in my left scapula, and that was 7 years ago. And the amputation was the only remedy for this type of tumor. And I went through 3 amputations in the course of 7 months because the cancer recurred several times. As you can imagine, it was a very tumultuous period of my time, of my life. I'd say it was probably the biggest storm of my life. And the word I would use to characterize that period is distress. Everything was happening very quickly. I was being told that they'd have to amputate part of my shoulder, and then I was being told that I had to amputate again, and then eventually they cut off the arm and part of the rib cage, and it just kept on going in that direction to the point where I was asking myself, at one point in time, they'll have to cut off my neck, and that'll be it. So it was a very extremely stressful period of my life, and because of the difficult path I had to follow to get a diagnosis, I eventually, I ended up being treated at the General Hospital in Montreal. And during that period of 7 months, I was going through my agenda last night, and I counted that during that period, I went to Montreal 32 times. That's a lot of kilometers, a lot of time, and at one particular time, right before my second surgery, things were happening so quickly that I traveled to Montreal 7 times in the course of 10 days. And every time I came back home, to my home, to sleep in my bed. People would tell me, why didn't you just stay there? Because at that time of my life, I was in distress, and I just needed to be back home, to feel the comfort of my own blanket, of my own pillow, and to be close to my family, and to feel that comfort. That's what I needed at that time. So I'm telling you all this because to show you the importance of having local care. And yes, I traveled to Montreal. For some people, think of your aging parents, just traveling 45 minutes or an hour can be a long time. So this hospital, the Montfort Hospital, is at the heart of our community. I've lived in and was born and raised in La Basse-Ville d'Ottawa, just close to here. My parents still live there, and I feel good knowing that this institution is here and it can serve my parents with great care. It can offer great care to them. So the logistics of traveling can be very stressful. But I guess the message here is there's a lot of stress on patients, and these patients could be you. There's a lot of stress when you don't know what's wrong and when you're trying to find the problem that you have. Doctors want you to get the best care they can give you. And you want that for yourself as well. You want that for your parents. You want that for your children. You want that for your neighbors. It's important to care for our health, but in order to do that, we need to give our doctors the tools that they need. So today what I'm asking you, and as you think about my story, which could be anybody's story, really, think about the people around you. Think about the importance of having this, the expertise and the tools locally. Think about that. I'm asking you to give tens of thousands of people hope, some peace of mind, and possibly help save their lives. The Montfort Hospital has all the winning ingredients. What they're telling you today is that they're missing one important piece to help people with heart problems, and I certainly support their quest in getting this CT scan. So I hope that you can do that as well. Please help them, help you. Thank you very much for your time.